I really do hope that we have a woman president in my lifetime. Let's learn from the wisdom of every mother and father who teaches their daughters there is no limit on how big she can dream and how much she can achieve. Don't let anybody tell you that it's corporations and businesses that create jobs. I look for people who have raw intelligence and a great work ethic and loyalty, and I can quickly identify people who have the right ingredients. But sometimes it is more difficult to get them to accept the fact that they can take on increasing responsibility. Oftentimes individuals will decide how far they go by how much work they're willing to put in and how quick they are to ask for help. Too many people have this deep-seated fear that if they ask for help, they will be thought less of. Americans need a champion and I want to be that champion. Keeping your head down and doing the best job you can in the beginning gives you the opportunity to be evaluated on the basis of the contributions you are making. Then, when you feel strongly about your work or about a position, you'll be given more attention. Then, if you hadn't done that constantly, there cannot be true democracy unless women's voices are heard. There cannot be true democracy unless women are given the opportunity to take responsibility for their own lives. People should meet an acceptable threshold of appropriateness. But for many women in the public eye, it just seems that the burden is so heavy. The worst thing that can happen in a democracy, as well as in an individual's life, is to become cynical about the future and lose hope. There are many ways to be influential. You can work for politicians or in government and make a difference. And for young women who are interested in running for office, you just have to decide you're going to follow Eleanor Roosevelt's maxim about growing skin as thick as the hide of a rhinoceros, and you have to be incredibly well prepared, better prepared than a man, actually, and you have to figure out how you're going to present yourself, and you have to have a support group around you. Because it can be really a brutal experience. Motown, that's my era. Those are my people. Relationships are at the core of any political system and economic system, any family, and I think we drifted away from understanding that in our country. The people-to-people level is critical. It is ironic, though, we can text with anybody in the world, we can have a video conference with anybody in the world, but there should be an even higher premium on showing up and getting to know someone. You cannot have maternal health without reproductive health. And reproductive health includes contraception, family planning, access to legal, safe abortion. The United States remains the only major country on earth that doesn't guarantee health care to all of our people. And yet we are spending almost twice as much per capita. We have a massively dysfunctional healthcare system. And I do believe in a Medicare for all single-payer system, whether a small state like Vermont can lead the nation. Which I certainly hope we will, or whether it's California or some other state. I am all about new beginnings. A new grandchild, another new hairstyle, a new email account. Why not a new relationship with the press? Over the years, we have lost millions of decent-paying jobs. These trade agreements have forced wages down in America, so the average worker in America today is working longer hours for lower wages. There are resources to help and simple steps that parents, preschools, businesses, and communities can take to help our kids succeed, because we're all in this together, and that's what the Too Small to Fail initiative is all about. If we're going to be successful in taking on the billionaire class, we need a strong national grassroots movement. I don't ask anyone else to live my life. I have enough trouble doing that. I am running for president because everyday Americans and their families need a champion. And I want to be that champion. I want to make the words middle class mean something again. Our prisons and our jails are now our mental health institutions. I want a strong military. But I do not believe, among other things, that without an audit, we should be throwing tens of billions of dollars more into the Department of Defense. It's so much more fun to watch Fox when it's someone else being blitzed sacked. We believe strongly that the road to peace and two states living side by side does not go through New York. It goes through Jerusalem and Ramallah. I suppose I could have stayed home and baked cookies and had teas. You may not agree with a woman, but to criticize her appearance as opposed to her ideas or actions isn't doing anyone any favors, least of all you. Insulting a woman's looks when they have nothing to do with the issue at hand implies a lack of comprehension on your part, an inability to engage in high-level thinking. You may think she's ugly, but everyone else thinks you're an idiot. I have many, many old friends, and I always think that it is important, when you get into politics, to have friends you had before you were in politics and to understand what is on their minds. Don't confuse having a career with having a life. The deck is still stacked in favor of those already at the top. And there's something wrong with that. There's something wrong when CEOs make 300 times more than the typical worker. Life is not easy for anyone. Sometimes you don't see the challenges on the outside, but every single one of us has both those and everything that goes on inside as well. Give it your all. Dare to be all you can be.